Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. I'm here today with a video that is about 2 years in the making, and that is my unboxing and first impressions of the V-Coptr Falcon. This is a Bi-Copter drone, meaning it only has 2 propeller arms instead of the typical 4 that you see on a lot of other popular commercialized drones. I say it's been almost 2 years in the making because these guys, the makers 00, I met them out at CES January of 2020. This drone was supposed to come out last year, but because of everything that happened, it got put on hold, and now it's out. They emailed me a couple weeks ago, and I was like, wow, you remember me. I am so flattered, especially since back then I had 4,000 subscribers and not 70,000. So they were probably like, wow, call this guy now. Like, that's probably why it took so long to get an email back. Anyway, no, just joking, 00 guys, if you watch this. Thanks for sending this out. I've had a blast with it. I've already unboxed it. I mean, look. I already took the drone out of it. It's right here. So I'm not gonna maintain that illusion for too long. It's just, I don't know, I like to hold the box up. So drone's pretty cool. I've been enjoying flying. It's very simple, very easy. This is a nice introductory level drone that a lot of people could use. I even let my 11-year-old fly it, and he's had a blast with it. So we're gonna go in, do the unboxing, first impressions, talk about it, show you some of the flight stuff, and discuss what this thing can do now that it's out. But before we get into all that, I do want to say, if this is your first time stopping by the channel, thank you for being here. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want to update when new videos come out. Now let's talk about the 00 V-Coptr Falcon. Alright, so here we are with the V-Coptr Falcon, and this has been a long video in the making. Like I said, I've been really excited about this. I saw it at CES 2020, and we're talking almost 2 years ago. So I'm really happy these guys were able to get this together and get the drone out because it's top notch. We got the blast off controller here as well. This goes hand in hand with the drone. You have to have it to fly it. Now let's go ahead and take it out of the box and see what we have here. You have this nice foam carrying case. One thing about it though, if you have the stand on the battery that helps it land, then you can't put it inside the case, so be sure to take that off before you try to put it in there. But nice little carrying case, keeps it protected when you travel, and you've got everything you need in here to get started. And nice enough, you've got an extra set of props in here along with the screwdriver that you need to take them on and off. So you've got the tool that you need, extra propeller blades, then we've got here also the charging cable that you're going to need for the controller. It has to be charged. It's USB type A to type C, so you're covered there. And then when you're done charging it, if you want, you can plug it into your phone if you got an Android phone. Power adapter to plug into the charging base that connects and charges the battery. This is the stand I was talking about, goes on the bottom of the battery. And then here's the main charger here. So this is what the AC adapter power cord plugs into, and then you plug that in the wall. This charges the battery, and it also has that USB type A, so you can simultaneously charge the controller and your drone battery, which is really, really nice. So taking open the case here, you can see, ta-da, the V-Coptr Falcon. And this is just a sharp looking drone, and it's very well made. It's not rickety, it doesn't feel cheap, it feels very, very premium, and it's just a stellar looking drone. I like the way it looks. I like this Bi-Copter design, and you can pop the battery off with those latches right there. And then also there's latches in front of that. You press the button and it allows you to expand the rotors out so that way you can fly it, which is what of course you have to do. The battery has an indicator on it to show battery level, and then you can also see the camera there, which has the 3-axis gimbal. It's actually pretty stable during flight, and that's nice as well. Go ahead and take the controller out of the box so you can see what all's in here. You've got the documentation that tells you how to use the controller, what all the buttons do, and all that jazz. So that way you're good to go whenever you get ready to fly. You don't want to go out there and just plug everything in and start flying, because it doesn't really work out that way. You got to turn everything on and get it connected. And then here's the controller. The controller does feel a little on the plasticky side, which of course it is. It doesn't feel like super, super hefty, but it is easy to fly with. I like the simple interface. Just the 2 joysticks, the stop button and the return to home button on top. And then you've got the cradle there for your phone. You can put an Android phone in there or an iPhone. This allows you to fly with either. So that's nice. It's got a little compartment on the back for the thumbsticks. You can screw those on easily. No problems there. I wish it had an extra set, so make sure you don't lose them. But they are pretty easy to install. And there's got a nice tension, nice feedback on using the joysticks. It's very, very comfortable to fly, which I do like. And you can see on the bottom the charging port there. Also on the side, that switches what switches it from normal to sport mode. And that's pretty much it for the unboxing and the look at the controller and also the V-Coptr Falcon. So let's go ahead and do some discussion and hands-on with the Falcon. All right, so we've seen the unboxing. You've seen all the stuff that's in there. Extra set of propellers, comes with the screwdriver, comes with everything that you need to fly straight out of the box. So you get the V-Coptr Falcon, and then you get the blast-off controller. These two go hand in hand so you can fly. Now, it's actually pretty straightforward and easy. If you've ever flown any drone before, this one's going to be the same. Typical setup on the controller. The left joystick controls your altitude and also the position of the drone, so you can spin it around in circles while it stays in the same position. And then the right one is what gets things going. That's how you move forward, backward, and strafe, left and right, if that's what it's called. I'm not a drone expert. I'm just a guy that likes to fly drones. So this is one of those things where I was like, okay, I really want to get in and test one of these out. I had the Power Egg, the PowerVision Power Egg earlier this year that I tested out. And then I went and I bought the FPV drone by DJI. I totally love that one. So whenever these guys reached out, from talking to them 2 years ago, I'm like, yes, absolute no-brainer. I want to test it out. This drone offers some things that other drones don't. And the biggest thing that I get with like flying my FPV, I was ecstatic whenever I found out it could fly up to like 28 minutes or so. And it's got different sport mode, like sport mode, regular mode, and then manual mode. You can do like flips and stuff. But yeah, instead of like 25 to 28 minutes of flight time, you get like 8. So that's the thing. The harder you fly any drone, the faster the battery is going to deplete because it's like spinning up, uses a lot of energy. This one right here, the V-Coptr Falcon, is rated for about 50 minutes. Now, I have not got 50 minutes because I haven't just set it in the air to hover for a long time. This is not one where you're actively going to fly and get 50 minutes. It's just like when you talk about earbuds. Yeah, you're supposed to get 8 hours, but if you listen to it on 100% with really busy rock music and turn on active noise cancellation, you're not going to get that. So, depending on the type of flying you do, it's going to drain the battery more. Now, am I getting 30, 40 minutes? Heck yeah, I am. This thing is amazing. I flew it and flew it and flew it, and then I looked at it and I'm like, wow, how do I have this much battery left? Because everything else I've ever flown has been less than half an hour. And that's the frustrating part. I'm not doing flips. I mean, I do enjoy my FPV, but the thing is, it's a different type of beast. It's a different type of drone. And we're in an era now where there are different types of drones for different types of situations. This one is a very good beginner drone, very easy to use, very easy to fly, very simple setup, long battery, so you're not having to buy 4 batteries for it. You're not having to spend an extra $200, $150 per battery to keep flying it. Very simple mode, very simple interface. You've got the controls already built out on here. I mean, you've got a dedicated button for the camera, also to start the video. You can adjust the shutter for the light, and then you can adjust the angle. And then you've got the antennas on the back. You've got a built-in controller mount here, which flip it around, pop it up. You can put your phone in here. You can use an Android phone or an iPhone. Pop that in here, and you connect it to the bottom, because on the bottom it's got right here a USB-A port. And what that does, you use USB-A to Lightning or to USB-C. Plug it into your phone, and that's how you watch while you fly. And then you recharge this. It has a built-in battery. Use your USB-C. You're good to go. And then when you look at the front of the interface, what do you see? Not a whole lot here. We have the stop button, which stops while you're doing stuff. And then we have the return home button. That's about it. And then a switch on the side that switches between normal and sport mode. The normal mode is going to limit your velocity and your feet per second when you're climbing. So this is something that when you first get it, if you're a beginner, you first start using it, that's going to come in clutch so you can not be smashing into things. It has some automatic obstacle avoidance and some stuff like that. So it is very important. It's kind of like training wheels or bumpers when you go bowling, kind of keeps things where it's supposed to be and keeps you from doing anything drastic, because this is very safe. It's a very safe drone. It's very easy to fly. I haven't had any problems with interference with the signal or things like that. So your biggest concern is going to be you and obstacles. The drone is just out there having the time of its life flying, and then it's like, oh no, you smashed me into a tree. So be safe when you fly it. Maybe go up to an altitude above where you can't hit anything and explore there. Now, this one, it does have preset limits on it. If you fly within a restricted area space, like where I'm at now, it limits it to 50 meters going up, but you can change that in the app, and you can move that and scale it up higher. I think up to 600 meters is what it goes to, like vertically, and then going away, I think it's 1,500 meters. Of course, follow the FAA guidelines. You're supposed to keep it in line of sight and all that stuff. But you can change the parameters. But if you're inside like a restricted flying area like I am close to an airport, then it's going to limit where you can fly it or how far. So control straightforward and simple. It's very good. I like it a lot, and it's very stable. I haven't had any problems. I haven't lost connection, and you can fly up to, you can get 1,000 meters away. You can very easily get a decent distance away from this thing and still maintain your connection. 4K camera capability. You can take pictures and you can record. The camera's got a gimbal built in. By all accounts, I like this a lot. The only thing that is you get the price tag. It's $1,000. And you can get some other drones less than that now. But this one, it's a Bi-Copter. It's built out well. It's got that crazy flight time. Yeah, you could go pick up a $500 or $600 drone, and then you got to go buy like another $150, $200 battery just to get the same type of flight time. And it also depends on what you're using it for. This is a very leisure-driven drone, I think. It's not trying to do flips. It's not trying to do speedy stuff. It's not trying to race. It's just nice, reliable, easy, set it up, and go. And then you fly for a long time. You can use it. You can have it follow you, which is nice. You can have it do this like cinematic pan out where it flies backward and it keeps the camera locked on you the whole time. That's about it. This isn't one where it's like got 20 different modes you have to worry about or concern yourself with. It's just nice. It works easy. All you have to do is just pop the little propellers out like that, connect it, and you're good to go. And I think it's pretty straightforward and simple that way, and I like it. It's been interesting. It reminds me a lot of the Osprey that the military has, where you have like the propellers and they go up, and it's the airplane that looks a lot like a helicopter. So they did some cool stuff here. Everything you need in the box to fly it. The price tag, I think here we are now in 2021 going into 2022. I'd like it to be a little bit less expensive. Maybe as it's been out for a little while, they'll drop price on it some. But as far as flying it and using it, it is a pleasure. The only hang up that I really have with it, other than the price, is sometimes it takes a while to acquire the satellite connection. So these use GPS, and it has a return to home feature. It has a takeoff. It identifies where you took it off from, so that way in the event that you get on low battery, it loses connection, it can fly back and land where it took off from. That's a nice safety feature. It works. I've tested it. GPS. If it doesn't have at least connection to like 10 satellites, which is very normal. I used to be in the military. I used to do a lot of ground combat stuff. I used to do infantry stuff and land nav, and we would have this thing called the plugger, which was this like big box looking thing. It looked like a gigantic Game Boy with an antenna on it, and you would connect to the satellite so you could get your grid coordinates using the magnetic grid system and all that good stuff. So that's how these work. They connect to all the GPS satellites, and it goes, bam, this is where it took off from, this is where it's located. That's a good thing. So it won't let you take off until it has connection to at least, I think, like 10 of them. So my recommendation is turn this on first so that it can start connecting to the GPS satellites before you get ready to fly. So if you've got other stuff to do, turn it on, give it a couple of minutes. And then if you find yourself underneath like some heavy foliage or trees or stuff where you're not going to take off anyway, maybe next to a tall building that's interfering with the signal, you might have to move around a little bit, but by and large, that's the biggest frustration I've had, is just getting it to connect. Once it does that and it'll let you take off, you're good to go. Have fun. Don't crash it. It's a good time. So I like it a lot. Again, I'm a very novice drone pilot here. I'm just a tech enthusiast who loves drones, and it's not really like the biggest part of my channel, but it is something that I was excited about this, just like I was with my FPV that I bought, just like the Power Egg. This is another drone out there in the drone utility belt that I think is great for beginners, great for people who just want to get started and want to have something that flies for a long time. Because the biggest frustration that I have in flying any drone is that beeping noise saying, you got to come back down. And here's the thing, when you talk about drones, yeah, it might have a 20-25 minute flight time, but once it gets to 20%, it's basically like, let me automatically fly back home. So really, the first 5 or 10%, you're just getting spooled up. The last 20%, you're landing. You only get about 75% of your battery. So if you've got a 20-25 minute battery, you might be talking 15 to 17 minutes. This one going up to 50, and they even demonstrated that at CES. Yeah, if you set it there to hover, it's going to fly for a lot longer. But still, you're going to get way over 30, 40 minutes just flying it casually anyway. And that's what I love about it. So that's all I've got in this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.